consider viewing your stream as a show. And this is something that a lot of people do, but that Jay does and executes very, very well. I think probably coming from your background in theater and your diverse background in everything creative, but it's a very cool way to think about the content that you are producing. And it helps you transform streaming moments into memorable chapters. So putting purpose behind everything you do. I think that's what we're trying to convey here is have purpose when using Twitch tools, have purpose when creating a title, have purpose when creating a stream and telling a story. Jay, can you talk to us a little bit about why we should view our stream as a show and how we can use a stream to tell a story?
Yeah, for sure. So if we think of most executions, or at least great show executions across media, there's typically an arc that it will follow. It will be first the presentation of perhaps a challenge out the gate. Okay, what is going to be the thing of which we're up against? So you're communicating that forward. And that can happen within the title, as we mentioned. That can happen with the go live notification. And then it will be the introduction to the show, or the show's about to start. So in this case, on Snackless, they have a starting soon screen that they are resting on before going into their action. Starting soon screens are also incredibly valuable because Twitch notifications, as they're being sent out, does take time, and it takes time for then the user on the other end to get the notification, read it, click through. It gives you that additional time for the lead in the same way that a television show will, The Office has a very memorable theme that it will play every single time that you can look forward to. People are waiting for, okay, what is Michael Scott going to do in the episode? That is a lead in, and every show needs a lead in. Then when you're in the action of the show, you want to make sure that you're mindful towards the audience of we're building up to something, and then once that is achieved, the show is going to end because you want them to return for a future episode. So on my screen here, for example, while you're waiting to enter into my station, you're on the train. And so I've created a train graphic for my starting soon graphic. We're now entering into the action. In this case, I was beating Sonic this past weekend. So you're now into the game experience. And then as you close out, I always leave a same catchphrase every single time. Have a great today and an even better tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, I
And
like
so you
that.
want to have people know when to come back. This is something I learned back in my high school days when I worked at Wendy's. They never said, thank you so much for your order or whatever. They always say, we'll see you tomorrow. Because what that does to your viewer is it's planting the seed of, you can find me again here. If we look back at the 1960s Batman series, they would say, tune in next time on,
Oh,
to catch Batman
yeah.
chasing Eggman. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Same concept. Bob Ross does the same. Mr. Rogers does the same. Like, when I'm
Hmm.
thinking of effective programming that lasted for tens of years in each one, that is what you wanna do with your show. And so this applies to when you're doing a game, when you beat a boss, perhaps where you close out. If you're doing a charity fundraiser and you set your goal to 500 and the community is celebrating that you got there, and then you immediately pivot and you say, "Okay, we're gonna increase it to 1,000." Your community's like, "Oh, well, I just spent the time getting you to 500." You might want to extend it to a second show to get them to come back. So it's
Oh,
things to
that's a
think
very
about,
good
but
idea.
structuring your show is being mindful towards your audience and what their commitment is to you. So
Absolutely.
that's how I think
Yes.
about it.
Yes, 100%. Thinking about things and having a reason for them,
Mm,
It's not we don't suggest that you just have a starting screen because we said you should have a starting screen. You should think about a way that you can have a unique starting soon screen to utilize your branding and to interest people, right? There we are giving purpose to a countdown. I
yes.
know many years ago, Lupo in their like Be Right Back, Dr. Lupo would have his chair pretending to play games. So the armrest of the chair would be like typing on the keyboard or like moving the mouse. And it was really funny. It was a funny and interesting thing to watch. I know some people utilize a game in their Be Right Back time. Basically, think about your show and think about maximizing and utilizing all of the moments in your show, not just hitting a go live button.
Yeah.
And
People love
also,
rituals as part of that.
yes,
People love rituals.
yes,
People love
yes.
a recurring theme that they can attach themselves to. Typically when you think of rituals, you think of like going to let's say you're going to church or any other type of religious thing. There's always a ritual to the experience. They sing the hymn, you get the communion, you know, you do all these things. There's the lesson that's taught for the day, and then the parting ways. Your audience is the same in constructing, and it's actually kind of funny because a lot of us call our communities sometimes cults or like collectives and stuff like that. We're looking for those rituals. For mine, the boo command has now become a ritual. Somebody's expecting somebody to scare me during a broadcast. Bell Chan, which is basically the Taco Bell logo, which, yeah, I have it tattooed on me, but with anime eyes. Bell Chan will appear if you're Baja blessed. So, like, these things become rituals that audiences look forward to.
No, 100%.
And
If you
audiences
subscribe in
respond.
my channel, I'll say that you're the apple of my eye for however
Yeah,
many, like, I say the same thing every time, and people know that I'm going to say it. And
yes.
rituals are a really fun way to get people involved in any part of your stream, whether that's the beginning, the ending, the be right back sections. Those are definitely ways that we can be purposeful.